Carmi the host, and I'll be hosting Carmi's Kitchen. We are making choux pastry today. First, you put the butter. So first, you need to heat up the pan like this. At about 7, I would say, or 6, and then you put the water in. I don't think you let the water boil. Don't let the water boil. And then, I'm just going to plop the butter in, all of it. Oh, and I have pre-weighed my ingredients. I'm sorry I did not say that. I did not say pre-weigh your ingredients. So, remember, in the last video, I told you to move around the butter a lot. That helps with this as well. If you haven't watched the last video, moving the butter around really helps it get covered in the hot water or the hot butter that has been melted to help melt it. My butter's now melted, as you can see. It's well mixed in. You can see all the yellow. Now, we are going to pour in our flour. Remember, I pre-weighed these, so I didn't need to mix. I didn't need to weigh them now. Now you can see, just like with the cheese souffle, this is turning into paste. Well, I think it does that for everything if you add flour. It just turns into paste. And it just hardens. I don't know why though. Now we're going to Now we're going to keep mixing. Let the mixture and let them just keep mixing. Just keep mixing. Now we're going to take it off the heat and let it cool. Put it over here because this is still hot. Very hot, do not touch this. If you're doing this with a child, please do not touch this. But I'm doing this alone because I'm a master baker. Like the cheese, not like the cheese souffle, you can let the yolk break because we're not really gonna need to separate. But remember, you need 3 eggs because we're going to glaze the choux pastry before it goes into the oven. If you haven't done that, do that now. Now that I've cracked the eggs, you need to wash your hands with soap. Don't just rinse them. Like I said last time, you need to wash them good and proper because there's a disease that Laura carries. So I do not want to catch that disease, and neither do you. The bad disease. Enjoy your hands. Oh yeah, now we need to beat the eggs. I just like to mush up the yolks. That's my favourite part. Beating is when all the bubbles come up. It's not mixing. This is not beating. This is beating. Okay. Now you need to preheat You turn it on. Press the down button. And then you'll be on here. And then you can turn it up to 200 degrees Celsius. And then you press this. And then it goes on. It'll start heating. Put the dough in my mixer. I'm going to pour the egg in slowly with a spoon. I'm just going to, at a low setting. I think we'll just pour it in. Now, it's mixing up, if you can see. I'm just going to put it on a high setting. Okay, low setting, actually. I'll just stick with it. I'm just twisting it. I'm just pushing it forward a tiny teeny, like a centimetre. And like, no, not how I said it. Now we're going to cook the egg that we're going to use for glazing. It's basically an extra egg. The shell works like a magnet. I'm just gonna get that piece of shell out. If there is any shell in yours, just take it out. Nobody wants crunchy profiteroles. Really, they don't. I'm just gonna go and wash my hands because I do not want to catch the disease. Not the first time I've said that. You know. After this, you dry your hands and then you whisk. Then you grab a fork or a whisk. I have a fork. And you just whisk it. I like just mushing the yolk. We're not going to put this into the mixture. This is for glazing. Remember? We're going to spoon the choux pastry that we made, well, the choux pastry dough that we made, onto it, and then glaze it with the egg. Remember, we were going to glaze it. Just casually, just gloop. Make sure you space them out. Because this is self-raising flour. It's not plain flour, okay? So it will get bigger. Now that I've spread them, now that I've just put them onto the sheet, now time to glaze them with our egg. Don't push down that much or they'll spread. I've just done the first one. It makes them look shinier. You don't really need to glaze it, but it just makes them look good. And most people put their opinions on looking. Now we're going to put these in the oven. I'm going to put them in the bottom shelf. I'm going to need my step for the next one because it's really high. Now I need to carry this. I'll just put these here. Yeah. still need this. I nearly forgot my oven gloves. That'd be catastrophic. I'd burn my hand. Okay, the profiteroles have been in there for 10 minutes. Now we're going to put the temperature up to 220. To make the sauce, the chocolate sauce, we put chocolate into a saucepan full of 2 tablespoons of water. I did it like this. It takes a while, but mixing it does actually help, just like the butter, because it might actually have been melted, but it's not coming out of that shape. So if you press down on it, it melts instantly. Can you see? Melted chocolate. And you can't have it now. In the oven for 20 minutes. Now we're going to put the cream in. Whipped cream. This is the plate I'm putting them on. I'm going to put them like a pyramid. I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to cut them like a sandwich because it's hard to put the cream in. And here's the choux pastry, what it looks inside. Then you put your whipped cream in. And also you need whipped cream, by the way. I think that's enough. Just spread it out. Then you put the lid straight back on. And then I can put that one here. I put the cream in all of my choux pastry. And now I can put the chocolate sauce on. Loopy chocolate. I added a dash of milk because mine wasn't watery enough. I thought, well, it isn't. And you can just blob it on. It will just go everywhere. You can put as much as you like on. I would say put the whole bowl. Now, the last step is eat! Well, nearly, because the chocolate sauce is boiling hot.